All right, everybody, welcome in. It is Stick and Hack Reacts for Monday, March 29th, 2021. Happy day to you. Keith Stewart from ESPN Radio in New York. I'm Adam Grubb with Stick and Hack. Keith, a huge weekend of golf news to get to, but I think the first reaction I'm looking for from you is match play. Do you love match play in professional golf?
I don't love it in the current format, so I'm going to give that a big thumbs down from this weekend. The PGA Tour is out there to sell the game. Sunday is the day that we watch the most golf, and the best we're throwing out there is Victor Perez and Billy Horschel. Scotty Scheffler, Matt Kuchar. I mean no disrespect. As a PGA professional, I know how good those guys are, but at the end of the day, we need to load the deck, and that's why the Ryder Cup and the President's Cup are so good, because those decks are super loaded and it creates a lot of drama. Now, if you want to take the top 16 in the world and throw them in there, but when we got to the top 16 this weekend, 14 of them were ranked 30th or higher. It just doesn't do it for me. Sorry, Adam.
Now that's surprising, only because as an amateur player and an amateur watching golf, quite frankly, I loved the format. I loved the excitement of the match play. I loved the fact that Billy Horschel almost threw it away later in the day, even though there was literally no chance he was going to lose because Scheffler couldn't find the face of the club there for about 4 holes and put everything left, including several into the water. But I love that format, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Yes, did I want to see the top guys up there? I'm sure I did. But I still enjoyed the match play format overall. So I disagree with you that match play is bad in the current format. I think match play was bad this weekend because the players that were in it were not your top 10, 15 people that most people want to see play.
I hate to bring it up, Adam, but you just proved my point. You knew what the result was going to be. You just said it yourself. Horschel wasn't losing, and people need drama in order to tune in, so I just need a little more drama on a Sunday. Sorry.
Michelle Wie, reaction number 2. She's back in the LPGA after a 2-year layoff. She had a beautiful baby. She took some time off to be with her family, and she came back for the Kia Classic this past weekend. Missed the cut, but Michelle Wie back in the LPGA. Good for the game.
Great for the game. A big thumbs up on this one. Stick and Hack reacts. Give me the smiley face emoji. Big time. I love that Michelle Wie West is back. I love that American women's golf is in such a great place. We've got Lexi Thompson, Nelly Korda, Stacey Lewis. They're all in the top 10 this weekend at the Kia Classic. Michelle had a rough first round, but she came back with a strong second round, 74. She's showing progress. We have a major next week. We have the Augusta National Women's Amateur. Big thumbs up this week for women's golf, and it's great to have another American star back on the LPGA Tour.
We've had several comebacks, as it were. We had, of course, Annika Sorenstam just several weeks ago, and now Michelle Wie, both two very different style comebacks. Michelle Wie West was simply just maternity leave and spending some time away from the game. She did say, however, that she's not practiced much and that she really just kind of picked back up several months ago, which is surprising. Your reaction to her play early and the fact that she might be back on the LPGA Tour circuit the entire year. Do you think it's possible?
I think it's possible, but one of the things you left out about the reason that she was sitting out was that she had wrist injuries in both wrists over the course of like a 3-year span. So, yes, she got married. Yes, that she had a baby. But at the same time, with almost 2 years off, she was trying to get to be super healthy, but at the end of the day, who knows how healthy she is? So I think that's more of a question we need to answer, because the wrists are vital to the golf swing. You know that, and I know that. Doesn't matter what level you play golf at. So I think the wrist will tell the story, and if it's ready to go, I think Michelle Wie West is going to be out there, and McKenna and her husband are going to be right there on her side, cheering her on, like all the rest of us. So I think it'll be great for golf.
Speaking of injury, Brooks Koepka, we talked about him last week. The reaction I'm looking for you today is very simple. Does Brooks need to be more transparent about his injury and his current timetable for return? Here's why I asked that. We heard several days ago, 6 to 8 months potential. The next day comes out of his camp that he might be ready by the end of May. We don't know. Do we need to know? Should we be told what's happening truly with a independent contractor out there on the professional golf circuit and his injury when he's coming back?
Brooks, if he's hurt, that's fine. He won this year, great. Brooks is a great story, but there's so many great stories out there on the PGA Tour right now. I mean, DJ's defending, and his last 2 starts have been just okay. 50th or so at the Players, and then this week he was 1-1-1 at the match play. JT won the Players, and he was almost run straight out of the match play. Rory's game, he's got a new coach. He's still looking for that career Grand Slam. And then we've got Jon Rahm, who seems to be in good form, and he's played well at Augusta before. So I've just got a lot of other storylines. I just don't get very much caught up in this. So, I'm just neither high nor low on this. And I know you're into it from, the communication aspect of it and telling the story, but it's just not a story on my radar this week. There's too many other good ones.
So one of the, and I'm getting my news, by the way, Keith, from Twitter. So just to be fair, okay? I don't have a source on the inside. That's your job. But what I'm hearing on Twitter is very simple, that the PGA, and as they move closer and closer to the gambling side of golf and the sports books and the odds makers that are coming out, do they have some sort of need to be more transparent about some of these players that are on their tour and their true health, their true ability to come back onto the tour, if money is now being gambled and put on them? I think that's perhaps a better storyline, because I know both times I brought up Brooks, you go, and so I think the better storyline there is to get an actual Keith reaction is, do they need to tell us what's going on because of the sports books?
Well, absolutely. But have you ever heard of the NFL? Do people bet on it? Does Bill Belichick, does he unload is he completely transparent when it comes to injury reports? Of course not.
Not even a little bit.
I guess that's why, I'm conditioned by all of that we've dealt with for so long. So that's why I'm kind of like, whatever. If you want to bet on Brooks, great. If you don't, you don't. A better storyline, I got a bonus reaction for you, Adam. All right?
Okay. Yeah.
If that's a problem for you in betting and whether or not that Brooks' team is being transparent, how about Jon Rahm? You going to bet on him at the Masters and he gets the baby call and his wife's going into labor and he walks away? So if we're going to consider all of the issues that might come up in gambling with the first major of the year, what would you do? What would you do?
I'm not betting on either one of them. I'm going with Larry Mize, per usual.
Larry had a good year, and as a result, he gets a free dinner every year. I can tell you that much. And trust me, as you can tell, I'm on spring break and there are no free dinners. So I wish Larry Mize was here and buy me one.
I will ask you for your own I'll throw it right back at you. Bonus reaction from you. I need to go back to the match play for a half second.
Okay.
Because I don't want to let this die without these two things. Talking about the excitement of the match play format in general, you love that. What you don't love is who was in the final weekend pairings and the semifinals and the finals, because nobody really cared. They would watch them if they were playing at their local club, but would they tune in? You didn't even know. I had to tell you who won, Keith.
Well, it's not like I'm out here supporting some, Mexican caddy contingent that they're all mad at Matt Kuchar. I don't hate the guy.
Right.
At the end of the day, what it comes down to is just that, you and I are all about selling golf and entertaining people. And at the end of the day, I just think that if you load the deck and if you took the top 16 in the world and you threw them in, by the time you got to the finals, you're guaranteed to have a good match. And that's really what people are tuning in and they're looking for. So no offense to who won today, and congratulations to Billy Horschel. He's now done something that a lot of people just haven't done. He's won a FedEx Cup and he's won a WGC event. So, the guy has played tremendously, and he's a great match play player. He's won a Walker Cup. The guy's fantastic. But at the end of the day, had it been DJ and Rory on Sunday, boy, that would be a really good thing for golf. And I guess maybe I'm being greedy. Sorry.
Keith Stewart from ESPN Radio, the Pro Show on Stick and Hack Reacts, our Monday look at what happened in the PGA and LPGA over the weekend. Have a great week, Keith. Enjoy your vacation, and we'll see you next Monday.
Hey, real quick, Adam.
Yeah.
Your wife calls. You're tied for the lead at the Masters. Your wife calls because you have a couple girls, and you have one more baby on the way. Do you walk off the golf course?
I'm leading the Masters?
You tied for the lead.
No.
You let her wait for a couple hours.
I'll
Folks,
see the kid in a little bit. I already have 3. I'll see the kid in a little bit. Text me a photo.
Hey, folks, enjoy your lunch on that thought. All right. Have a good week.
Right.
We'll see you.
Bye-bye.